interesting because I think realistically, I think if you look at the AFC South, and I'm not going to say anything here that's overly revealing, but at this point, clearly you have Tennessee. It's very interesting to see what Tennessee does. Do they have 1 or 2 years left in a push with Ryan Tannehill to try to regroup defensively and ride Derrick Henry, or do they hand it all the way over to Will Levis and just go with that? So it appears as though certainly the division is moving towards the direction of Jacksonville, because I love Trevor Lawrence. I'm a Clemson season ticket holder. I watched every snap he took in college. I think he's the closest I've seen in terms of the movement of a Peyton Manning that I've seen since anybody's come into the league. That includes an Andrew Luck, that includes Josh Allen, some really great players that have come in. But I think Lawrence has an it factor. I think what Lawrence had to learn in Jacksonville that's difficult for a lot of young quarterbacks is, at Clemson, he was throwing to Sunday receivers, right? He's throwing to guys that were always 2 steps ahead of everybody else, and those windows were awfully big, and all you had to do was get in the vicinity, and his accuracy was tremendous. But, when you're throwing to guys that are all going to be playing on Sundays, it takes some adjustment when you get into the NFL and you're throwing to guys that have coverage on there, and the windows are closing so much anyway. And I think that learning curve we saw in the second half of last year, it has shrunk. And so it looked to me a lot like once Manning got his footing underneath him, and I would be extremely excited if I was a Jacksonville fan. And then with Houston and Indianapolis, both of them with young quarterbacks, with C.J. Stroud, obviously with Anthony Richardson, it's just a matter of which one of those two is able to kind of catch up and get back up into the party first. I think it's probably going to be Houston, because I think they have better pieces around than does Indianapolis. But it's going to be a couple of years wait for sure.